Next up, I want to go over the basic striking that you're going to be able to use on your Focusmaster G-1000. Everything we do is traditional boxing stance. So that's left foot forward, right foot back, hands up, elbows in. Your feet are a little staggered, a little wider than shoulder width, balls to the feet, nice comfortable position. All right, so this is your stance for everything you do. You're going to throw your cross, your hook, your jab, you name it. This is your boxing stance. So when I dress the machine here, I want to make sure that I'm nice and comfortable, finding my distance. My first strike is my jab. My jab is my left hand. All right, my hand's up. As I get nice and close, I'm going to rotate with that hand as it comes down. So when I make impact with that jab, my palm is to the ground. I'm hitting with those top band of knuckles right across the middle, rotating out. You can take a look at my distance here, that my elbow's not hyperextended, reaching out, and I'm not so close that I'm jamming up that punch. So you don't want to be so close to jam it up, and you don't want to be so far that you're really coming out of that distance, out of that balance, reaching for that target. You want to make sure that you're finding that distance, working that jab. Anytime you throw a left-handed strike, you're going to get a little pivot on the left foot. Anytime you throw a right-handed strike, you're going to pivot on the right foot. So with my jab, I open up that left foot just a little bit. Kick out that heel to the outside just a little bit. Make that punch into that target. So I'm working my jab right here. Always staying in balance. My next strike is my cross. So I'm in my basic fight stance. Left foot forward, right foot back. Hands up, elbows in. My cross comes across the body. I'm still hitting that invisible target right in front of my face. My hand is coming right from my chin. As I make that strike with the right cross, palm goes to the ground. Kick out that right heel, transferring that body weight to the front leg. You can see when I hit it on my straight on target here, finding my distance, come across the body, left hand stays by the chin, right hand rotates down, palm goes to the ground. Again, having a little bend in my elbow, not hyperextending it there, and not getting so close that I jam it in. So again, just to review a little bit, we have our jab, and then we have our cross. That pivot on that right foot, transferring the body weight from the left to the right, still staying in balance. Next, I want to take a look at the left hook. So I'll put this up a little higher, and we're going to take your left hook. Again, still in that same traditional fight stance, left foot forward, hands up, elbows in. My left hook, I'm going to pivot on that left foot, and I'm going to turn that hip in, and my hand's going to come across. Now, we recommend when we hit with left hooks on our lead spring targets that your palm is facing towards you right there. So you're going to turn in, kick out that heel, turn the hip, and you're going to have that palm facing towards you, and that forearm is going to be parallel to the ground. So if you're doing it in the air, you're going to turn, rotate, palm to the ground, or palm facing you, forearm parallel to the ground. Again, finding your distance here. You don't want to have that big hook way out there. You want to get in nice and tight. Make sure that you have that 90-degree angle with your bicep and your forearm, and you're parallel to the ground. Now when it comes to your right hook, I'm just going to spin this around. The same principle applies. This time, since it's my right strike, I'm going to kick out my right heel as I work into that pivot. So I'm going to turn into that right. Same principle applies, but keep my palm facing me and my forearm to the ground. Turn in, kick out, rotate. Find that right hook. Again, I don't want to be too far away out there. Okay, you want to find that distance, sitting on the balls of your feet, hands up, turn into that right hook. So from right hook, we're going to go into an uppercut. Again, rotate the lead spring target here. We're going to get into my left uppercut now. In my fight stance, this strike is a little closer. So this uppercut could also be a little higher, a little lower, but I want to stay in that traditional fight stance. Hands up. Now when I throw my left uppercut, I'm going to turn that palm facing me, still hitting with those knuckles, and I'm going to kick out that left heel as I pivot into it. All right? And then you're perpendicular to the ground there with that forearm. So the left uppercut, come right into it. Now when you get that, you're really generating that power. As you come in, you're almost corkscrewing in with that right, come up, and explode up, kicking out that left heel. And the same thing goes as the right uppercut. Come across the body, you're getting down, using those legs, generating that power, coming up, rotating up, palm facing you as you make impact with that uppercut. So you have your left uppercut and your right uppercut, really getting those legs involved with those uppercut strikes. Now, kind of a hybrid between the hook and the uppercut is your shovel hook. To show the shovel hook, we'll take a look at the left shovel hook here. So remember, the hook was parallel to the ground, and now we're going to work this shovel hook, which is more at a 45-degree angle. I'm still in my fight stance, nice and comfortable, throwing the left strike, going to pivot on the left foot, turn that heel out to the outside, get inside, palm facing you, Now you're at that 45 angle for that shovel hook. Again, you're gonna wanna find that distance where you're not so close in there that you're jamming up that punch, and you're not so far that you're leaning forward into that strike and losing your balance. You always wanna make sure that you're in balance, and that's why your feet are nice and staggered and they're wider than your shoulders. So again, your left shovel hook, come across, palm facing you, feel the resistance of the leaf spring target, come right back to your chin. Right shovel hook, same principles apply. This time, again, right strike, pivot on the right side. In your fight stance, finding your distance, looking at your balance here, reevaluating, throw the right shovel hook, comes right from the chin, drop it down, palm facing you, throw right into the target, pull it right back to the starting position. Right shovel hook. Kicking out that right heel, working that body weight transfer as you go into it. So now, we'll take a look at the elbow strikes. There's several different elbow strikes here, but this one I'm gonna show you first is gonna be your left elbow. This is a short strike where your hook, it can be out here. Your elbow, you wanna be a little closer in for that elbow. But it's the very same principles apply with that hook as if you're working the left hook. Now for that elbow, I'm just gonna tuck my hand into my chest and then continue that rotation. So it's shorter, but it still has the same movement when I was working a hook or an elbow. Hook, elbow, all right? Transferring that body weight. So when I'm doing my left, again, traditional stance here, nice and comfortable, finding my distance, finding my balance. I'm gonna keep my right hand by my chin. I'm gonna tuck my left hand into my chest, and I'm gonna rotate. Hit right at the end. Now you don't wanna come off and skid that target because you're gonna end up pulling some skin off the elbow. It's almost like that slam, and you come back. So you feel that rotation as you twist, really engages that core muscles, similar to that hook as you were out here. Now you're in nice and tight with that left elbow. Right elbow, I'm gonna spin this around here. Again, same thing, just like that right hook, come across the body. Now right elbow, transferring that weight from the right, kicking out, pivoting on the right. Twist, right into the slam of that target, parallel to the ground there. Twist into it, rotate, exhale when you hit the target. Now one of the other elbows that we do is almost a downward elbow. It's coming up over the top of the head and a slam as it comes into it. So you're gonna see the elbow that's parallel to the ground, and you're also gonna see that slam of that elbow as it comes down to the target. With the knees, when you're looking at the knees, a lot of knees we do, or you can do on the machine, is straight on, almost like you're marching. So you're in your fight stance, if you're working that left knee, you're just gonna pull it in. You're gonna squeeze those abs, pull those hands in the body, and exhale out as you get that knee to its highest point there. So with your right knee, you're gonna come across the body, more of a driving knee as it comes up, right back to your fight stance. So here with your front knee, you're just gonna pull that left knee up, feel that resistance from that leaf spring target, and drop it right back down, right back down. You can see as I take a step in with my right foot to get a little closer. It'd be very challenging for me to just lift my knee up and hit that target. So I need to come in, lift the knee, come back down. So it's almost a little step in to close that distance in, and then come right back to your starting position. Your right knee, now I can more drive it towards that target. Come up, and it comes right back to where the starting position was in my fight stance. Knee, right up, and right back. Now, some of the times you'll see knees from the side, whether it be the left side or the right side. So I could set my target up here and set it up more at an angle that I'm working my knee. So you can do it more straight up as if you're almost marching your knee there. You know, you're getting your marches going. And this one is more of a driving knee as you push that knee forward and you lunge those hips forward. So if I'm at the right side of my machine here and I'm gonna throw that right knee, I'm gonna get my left foot on the outside of the target and I'm gonna drive that right knee into the target and right back to it. Same thing goes for if I'm gonna work my left knee at this angle, I'm gonna come in with my step of the right, drive with the left knee, come right back to that starting position. So you're gonna see both knees, and you can use both knees in your workouts or in the workouts that we give you. Now this leads us with our kicks. So I have my left kick set up right here. I'm gonna drop this leaf spring target down and go right into the right kick. All right, you're gonna see this as well. Now when we kick here, you're gonna kind of opposite how it works with your upper body. When you're throwing a right cross or any right strike, you pivot on your right. When you're throwing the kick, you're gonna open up the opposite side. So when I throw my left kick here, I'm gonna point my toe, hit with my shoelaces, make sure my distance is correct, but I'm also gonna open up my right hip when I'm kicking with the left. So it'd be much more challenging if I close it off and stayed like this trying to kick. As soon as I open up that right hip, now it allows me to swing that leg across to that target and come back. So every time you're throwing that kick, you're going to point the toes, hit with the shoelaces. All right, find that distance. You don't want to kick with your shins there where your toes go through that target, and you don't want to kick pointing your toes as you hit the end like that. We always recommend training with workout sneakers, training shoes. These targets are made for that. So you're going to open that right hip up. Again, point the toe, hit with the shoelaces. Right kick, all right? Working that right kick, engaging those lower abs. Now when it goes, I'm sorry, that's the left kick. When you're using the right kick, you're going to open up that left foot, swing the right leg around, point the toe, hit with the shoelaces. Exhale out as you make contact with that target. Same thing applies. You're really going to focus on balance too, as you almost feel vulnerable when you're starting out. Your hamstrings might be a little too tight of getting on that one left foot. But before you know it, you're going to be picking up that balance. A lot of times you'll see in the workouts that we actually use this and this kicking station as you go right kick, left kick. At this point, you just get comfortable with opening up that opposite side leg. So there you have it. That's your striking technique. When you know this and you feel comfortable with this, you can literally create hundreds of different combinations and workouts. You know all the different bases, and you're ready to go get them.